What if Audi built a car with no name to live up to and no rules to follow? That's the question I kept asking myself the entire time I stared at this thing. Because what you're looking at right now might be the most radical Audi concept to ever flirt with a production badge. Stick around, because by the end of this video you'll understand exactly why this car has enthusiasts losing their minds. Welcome back to Auto Insight, the channel where we cut through the hype and give you the real story behind the machines that matter. If you're new here, consider hitting subscribe, because today's car is one you'll want to talk about. Now, before we go further, let's be upfront. The Nuvolari V8 exists right now as a concept and rendering exercise, with Audi yet to confirm full production specifications. Everything performance related in this video should be treated as expected or estimated, not gospel. But even as a vision of what's coming, this car matters. It represents Audi trying to answer a question every performance brand is wrestling with right now. How do you build something emotional in an era obsessed with efficiency? This car isn't for everyone. It's for the person who still believes driving should feel like something, not just get you somewhere. Let's talk about the way this car looks, because photos genuinely don't do it justice. Walk up to it in person, and the first thing that hits you isn't a single design element, it's the tension in the surfacing. The hood doesn't just slope down, it seems to pull toward the road, like the car is crouching before it even moves. That satin brushed metal finish you see catching the light isn't just paint deep, it shifts character depending on the angle, going from gunmetal to almost bronze as the sun moves across it. It's the kind of finish that photographs differently every single time. Up front, the grille is where Audi throws away the rulebook. Instead of the traditional single-frame grille we've known for 2 decades, you get this deep, mesh-like intake structure that looks almost architectural, like something plucked off a piece of industrial machinery and reimagined for the road. The illuminated light bar stretching across the nose isn't just there to look futuristic. In the real world, that kind of signature lighting means instant recognition, day or night, from 100 yards away. People will know this car before they know what it's called. The side profile is where the drama really lives. That roofline doesn't just slope, it dives, cutting toward the rear deck in one uninterrupted motion. The blacked out pillars create what's called a floating roof illusion, making the glass canopy look like it's hovering just above the body. And those wheels, deep dish, aggressive, pushed right to the edge of the fenders, aren't just for show. Wheels set that wide, that flush, tell you everything about the stance this car is built around. Low center of gravity, serious grip, serious intent. Now let's step inside, because this is where Audi tends to separate itself from everyone else in the segment. Open the door, and you're met with a cabin that feels less like a car interior and more like a private cockpit designed around you. The seating position is low, wrapped, almost cocoon-like, the kind of setup that makes a 2-hour drive feel like 20 minutes. Expect Audi's latest generation of digital displays to dominate the dash, a curved wraparound instrument cluster flowing directly into the infotainment screen, minimizing physical buttons in favor of clean, minimal surfaces. In real-world use, that means less hunting for controls and more focus on the road, assuming Audi keeps the interface as intuitive as their recent models have been. Materials are expected to lean heavily into a mix of brushed aluminum, ventilated leather, and exposed carbon weave. The kind of cabin that feels handcrafted rather than assembled. Practicality is where this car will draw the line for some buyers. This isn't a family hauler. Rear space, if it exists at all, will likely be tight. This is a driver's cabin first. But don't mistake that for a lack of luxury. Expect premium sound system options, adaptive ambient lighting that shifts with drive mode, and climate and seat comfort features that make this feel like a grand tourer just as much as a performance machine. And now, the part you've probably been waiting for. The engine. The Nuvolari is expected to be powered by a twin-turbocharged V8, a deliberate statement in a world rapidly shifting toward electrification. Audi appears to be using this car to say something. Performance still has a soul, and that soul still sounds like 8 cylinders working together under load. Expected output sits in the range of high 500 to low 600 horsepower, though official numbers haven't been locked in. What does that mean behind the wheel? In practical terms, expect brutal chest-pressing acceleration off the line with a mid-range surge that keeps pulling well past legal speeds. A car like this isn't just about the number on a spec sheet, it's about the way power arrives. Turbocharged V8s in this class typically deliver a wall of torque low in the rev range, meaning you don't have to chase the red line to feel alive. Every input, throttle, brake, steering, should feel immediate, engineered for a driver who wants to feel connected to the road, not isolated from it. Fuel economy, understandably, won't be this car's strong suit. A performance V8 in this segment typically returns numbers in the high teens combined, and that's before you factor in how tempting the throttle will be. This isn't a car you buy to save money at the pump. It's a car you buy because some experiences are worth the cost. Off-road capability isn't really part of this story. This is a road car built for canyon roads, race circuits, and city streets where it can turn heads at every stoplight, not gravel trails. Let's talk safety, because even a car this dramatic still needs to protect you. Expect Audi to carry over its latest suite of driver assistance technology: adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, and predictive collision warning systems. In daily use, these aren't just checkboxes. They're the difference between a stressful commute and a relaxed one, quietly working in the background so you can focus on enjoying the drive when it matters and staying protected when it doesn't. So how does the Nuvolari stack up against its rivals? Think of cars like the Porsche 911 Turbo, the Mercedes-AMG GT, and even Audi's own R8 legacy hanging in the background. The 911 will likely outhandle it in outright precision. That's just Porsche's DNA. The AMG GT brings a rawer, more theatrical delivery. But where the Nuvolari is expected to carve its own space is in design presence. This is a car built to be the most visually arresting thing in any parking lot, and that's not a small thing in this segment. Now pricing. Since Audi hasn't confirmed final figures, expect this car to land in the premium performance bracket, likely competing in the same financial territory as the 911 Turbo and AMG GT. Somewhere in the neighborhood of $180,000 to $220,000, depending on trim and options, though treat that as an educated estimate, not confirmed pricing. Ownership costs will follow typical high-performance expectations: premium tires, higher insurance brackets, and maintenance costs that reflect a car built for passion, not economy. Resale value will likely depend heavily on rarity. Limited production performance artists have historically held value well among collectors, especially ones that stand out as visually and mechanically distinct as this one. Let's break down the honest pros and cons. On the plus side, jaw-dropping design, a soul-stirring V8 in an era abandoning them, a driver-focused cabin, and the kind of road presence that turns strangers into fans. On the downside, limited practicality, fuel economy that won't win any awards, and pricing that puts it firmly in enthusiast territory rather than everyday reach. So, should you buy it? If you're looking for a daily driver that balances practicality and performance, this probably isn't your car. But if you're someone who wants to feel something every time you turn the key, who values design as much as raw numbers, and who's chasing that rare feeling of driving something that doesn't look like everything else on the road, the Nuvolari might just be worth every penny. At the end of the day, cars like this aren't really about transportation. They're about emotion. They're about the moment you glance back at it in a parking lot and can't help but smile. And in a world moving towards silence and screens, that emotion is becoming rarer every year. So, what do you think? Is the Nuvolari V8 a bold last stand for the analog performance car, or a beautiful concept we'll never actually see on the road? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe for more honest car breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next video right here on Auto Insight.